So we finally heard from the director of player personnel of the Cincinnati Bengals about Jessie Bates. And to be honest, this is not surprising at all. We've been talking about this for the longest time now, that there's almost a 0% chance that Jessie Bates returns to the Cincinnati Bengals this offseason. And now apparently the Cleveland Browns are trying to recruit him to Cleveland. There was a lot of talks about how he possibly could go to Atlanta. And with the fact that Atlanta now, after cutting Marcus Mariota, saved $12 million, it looks like Atlanta might be the place for him to go. But Cleveland is still going to try. So here's what our man Tobin said at the scouting combine about Jessie Bates. He made a point not to rule out any scenario, but knowledge there are factors outside of his control. We'll see, Tobin said. It'll depend. It won't be probably something that happens right away, but we'll see. I don't know where the market will go for Jessie. We value him a lot, and he's been a really good player for us, and a really good leader for us, and we'd love to have him back. But we'll see where the chips fall on that. Keep in mind, Jessie Bates will most likely ask, I would say he probably will command around $15 to $16 million a year. Atlanta currently has the money to do it, and they want him. And also the Browns have the money for, actually no, the Browns do not have the money for it, but they do want him. Tobin went ahead and talked more about this, talking about a little bit more about Jessie Bates and him returning. To me, it's important to get every player back that contributes to our success, Tobin said. Is it realistic? Probably not. Is it important? Yes. We aren't going to freeze out options with any of them. Now, Jessie Bates was very vocal this offseason, saying that he would love to return to Cincinnati, but if the money is $10 million less than he could get elsewhere, then simply he would not return to Cincinnati, as it would not be fair to him, his family, and his career if he is not getting the money that he deserves. He continued to talk a little bit about this, saying how Tobin says not possible for every free agent they sign an extension to get top value. Maybe some guys don't get that top value and want to come back. We'll see, Tobin said. You can't predict that right now. Bates did say right here, I want to be here. Unfortunately, the business, there's different scenarios where I'm not in a situation where I can leave $10 million on the table and be okay with that. It wouldn't be fair to myself, my family, my legacy. Obviously, yes, I wanted to be here. My family's 3 hours away from here. I've created bonds in this locker room. I want it to be here. Proceeding after that, Tobin said we want him back. It will be depending on how much they offer from other teams. If they are offered from other teams, and how much we have in the resources to bring them back. It does a matter of fitting it together, and again, as they grow in their careers, it's harder to fit them all under one umbrella. We'll do our best, and it will be largely dependent on what the rest of the league does with them. And if they're out of our price range, we can't fit them in. It's unfortunate. We'll have to find replacements for them. And that is probably where we're going to see for Jessie Bates. Again, like I said, listen, Atlanta is about to probably go get Lamar Jackson and pay him $250 million. Well, actually, no, my bad. Lamar now wants $306 million. And he also said, I'm not even going to get in that, because I'm going to rage in this video, and I'm not going to rage about Lamar Jackson. But Atlanta will have the money to pay Jessie Bates exactly what he wants, of around $15 to $16 million a year. They can easily pay him that. And right now, based on, after the Joe Burrow extension and the extension to T, and maybe even Logan Wilson, the Bengals don't have that money. They really don't. They got to bring back Trey Flowers. They got to bring back Jermaine Pratt. They got to bring back Hayden Hurst. They got to bring back maybe Eli Apple. There's a lot of things they have to work on, and work on free agency. I love Jessie Bates. He's a great player. He's an amazing Bengal. But at the end of the day, like exactly what, the director of personnel said, it just isn't realistic to keep everyone under the same umbrella as they get better in their career and they make more money. And yes, I truly do believe Jessie wants to be a Bengal. But the facts of the facts is, they can't pay him 15 mil. They can't pay him 14 mil. If he comes back to the Bengals, he's probably coming back for 8 or 9. And he even said himself, that would not be right to him to leave that $10 million on the table. Can I guarantee you right now, whatever that price tag his top crazy, insane price tag that he's thinking, I want this money, but I'm probably not going to get it. Atlanta's like, write the check right now and we'll sign it. And that's the problem. Is you got teams like Atlanta right now who really are in the dog pound, don't really have much of anything, but they have all the money in the world. And they're signing these free agents to crazy contracts just to get a big name in town, sell tickets, sell seats, and possibly turn their crap around. And that's just what it is. It is what it is right now, right, with Atlanta. So, they're going to probably try, again, like I said, they're probably going to bring in Lamar Jackson. They're also probably going to bring in Jessie Bates. They're bringing both those guys, and they're find out a way to still barely, honestly, Atlanta right now, with how bad the NFC South is, they bring in Lamar and Jessie Bates, they might be able to win the division and get a couple playoff games. So I'm not even going to trust Atlanta, because the NFC South is so garbage that they could actually do that. But even if they do, I love Jessie Bates, like I said before, but I just don't think it's not realistic. And again, I do agree with Tobin here. He says, listen, at the end of the day, let's say realistically, right? Because this is obviously a hypothetical situation here. Let's say something happened and Atlanta paid Lamar Jackson, and then they went ahead and said, you know what, we actually like our free safety currently. Let's say they don't want him, right? Cleveland can't offer him that much money. They can't. They just can't afford him. They have negative money right now because of Sean Watson. Okay. So let's say the Jets might go after him. Let's say the Jets don't go after him. And let's say, hypothetically speaking, all the other teams just say, you know what, we just don't want Jessie Bates. The Bengals are going to sit there and say, listen, Jesse, $8 million a year. There you go. That's our offer. And I promise you, they're probably not going to negotiate that. They're going to say, Jesse, we love you. We want you here. But that's our offer. And you can either take that or respectively go wherever you want. But if you want to be back with us in the Queen City, there's $8 million. And that is probably what they're going to do. And I don't think they're going to fight hard on that. They're not going to go, well, what would you... They're probably not going to ask him what he wants. They're going to say $8 million. There you go. You want it? You have it. Right now. Straight cash. And they're going to say, we're going to worry about all other free agents. And we're going to worry about other free agencies and players in free agency. And we're going to worry about us. And we love you, but at the same time, we're going to do what's best for us too. It is what it is. Guys, comment down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.